After weeks of early voting, Election Day voters are lining the polls in what promises to be an election day unlike any other.
With us now is former strategist for the 2004 Bush-Cheney campaign, ABC News chief political analyst Matthew Dowd. Matthew, happy Election Day. Thank you for joining us. President Trump on the eve of Election Day expressed his displeasure with the Supreme Court for allowing Pennsylvania to continue to accept ballots after Election Day if they were postmarked, before claiming, quote, it will also induce violence in the streets. We should mention Twitter tagged the president's tweet with a misinformation warning. So, Matthew, tell us, what should we make of the president's tweet there?
Well, it's certainly not a sign that you would hear from, or words that you'd hear from a campaign that thinks they're about to win. When you start talking about rigging and that somebody may be cheating as Election Day unfolds, and as we've seen more than 100 million people vote, it's not a good sign. So I think we can have confidence that all the Secretary of States, all the voter clerks, everybody's going to do their job today and tonight and tomorrow, that the vote's going to be counted, everybody's vote is going to be tabulated and counted correctly. But a message from the president like that doesn't show a sign of great confidence.
It certainly doesn't. And Matt, I know that there have been so many predictions made about this election and a lot of people pointing to that state, Pennsylvania. Explain for us why Pennsylvania is so important this year.
So in 2016, the blue wall crumbled for Hillary Clinton, and that when she lost Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. Right now, Michigan and Wisconsin seem to be in Joe Biden's favor. We'll know obviously by the end of this evening where it is, but the polls seem to show those that are in his favor. And so the last of the blue wall that Joe Biden wants to win is Pennsylvania. Joe Biden is slightly ahead, not a huge lead, but slightly ahead. And it's a state at this point in time that really Donald Trump, if he's going to retain the Electoral College and win the Electoral College and win the presidency, he has to win Pennsylvania. So when you look at all the states and how they are unfold, they're obviously all important. But Pennsylvania, more than any other state, is a tipping point state. Whoever wins that state is likely to be the next president of the United States.
And Matt, you know, the biggest change in turnout in any state right now is Texas. I know you know something about the Lone Star State there. It's now competitive for the first time in 50 years. In your opinion, what are the chances Texas turns blue this year?
You know, I'm sitting here now. We've already had 9.7 million people vote. That's already a record. More voters, 700,000, 800,000 more voted than any other election before. We may hit 11 or 12 million people vote here. Texas has been changing over the last 15 years, slowly becoming more purple. It's slightly light red today, but this state is going to be decided, in my guess, by less than 100,000 votes on election night. And the most interesting part of Texas is, for all of us that have done elections at presidential level, Texas is usually called by about 8:30, about a half hour after the polls closed. Not tonight. We could go way into the night and in tomorrow before Texas is called. It's changed because of the Latino vote and rising Latino vote, and the suburban women vote has changed and voting more Democratic than it's ever done before. So welcome to Texas being part of a new battleground state like Georgia, as you talked earlier. But the fact Texas is now a battleground should strike fear in Republicans in the future going forward.
ABC News chief political analyst, we appreciate your time. Matt Dowd, thank you so much.
Thanks, Amy. Take care.
You too.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.